Well, good morning. I'm in Tinsley Wood once again. I happened to be wandering around here yesterday and I came across where are we? Middle of June now, and came across some nice fungi, which is quite unusual. Dryad saddle. Recently changed, well, formerly known as Polyporus squamosus. It's recently changed its name to, I think you pronounce it Cerioporus squamosus. It's quite low down, it's on an old ash coppice. And I thought I'd come and photograph it, see if we can do maybe a little bit of light painting, see how it turns out. It's very, very dark, incredibly dark. It's meant to brighten up later, but it's also wet, and that's partly why it's popped out and it looks so nice. So I've got to go off the beaten track in a moment, try and find it. It's a bit like looking in a needle's haystack. It's somewhere in there, but we'll go off piste and we'll see if we can find it. Right, the original plan with these fungi was to do a bit of light painting, where you take several exposures and you lay them on top of one another, and you get a little torch, and the final image you shine it through the fruiting body and you take some more images, but as you can see, these fruiting bodies are so thick light doesn't travel through them, so we're just going to end up with one image with no light painting. I got a little light down there, an LED light, just trying to illuminate the water droplets underneath the fruiting body. I don't know if you can see the droplets on there. You can kind of see why some people call them pheasantback fungi, or dryad saddle, because the top looks a little bit like a saddle, and a dryad is like a woodland nymph, a woodland fairy, that sits underneath these fruiting bodies and keeps dry when it's raining. Now my aperture is on 3.5 and I'm taking on 1/30th of a second. I want to slightly blur the background out if I can. If I take one image, one part of that fruiting body is going to be in focus and the rest is going to be soft. And things like the water droplets aren't going to be perfectly in focus. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take several images, all with the camera in one position. I've got my shutter release cable here so I don't knock the camera by pressing the shutter release button. So I'm going to end up with maybe between 6 and 12 images, and I'm going to layer them. I'm going to put them all on top of one another so we get a final image, so most of that fruiting body should be in focus. I'm going to focus on live view, so I'm using manual focus. I'm going to go on live view and take several images of different parts of that fruiting body, and as you say, lay them all on top of one another. Absolutely beautiful in here. There you go, I'll focus right on top of that fruiting body there on live view, nice and sharp. Got my shutter release, and we take a picture. I want to zoom in. Try and focus. Let's take my glasses off here because I can't see. There we go, it's beautifully and sharp. 3, 2, 1. And we take another picture. Then we just go round the fruiting body now. Oh, just in the focus. And I'm using my cable release and taking picture. Nice and sharp. Take the picture. Bottom of that fruiting body is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, dripping with water. Nice and sharp. There's a squirrel up in that canopy somewhere. And take the picture. Right, we've got this little clump of fruiting bodies lower down. I just want to make sure they're sharp. Take the picture. And there we go. There's well, I've taken 10 images there. That's quite a few. Hopefully we'll layer them on one top of the other, blend them all together, and hopefully they'll nicely be in focus. Oh, I'm going to take a few more. Just alter the tripod. I'm just going to get this frame in here. These fruiting bodies don't last long. They pop up. Flies love them, and they'll get all maggoty and horrible very, very quickly. So it's nice to see them so fresh. It's rushing to take pictures of them. It is edible. So yeah, Polyporus squamosus. So you can eat them. So back on live view. Glasses off again. And again, I'm just going to zoom in on the very, very top part of that fruiting body. Get that sharp. That's sharp. Make sure it's on manual focus. There's maggots on there already, actually, I can see them. That's one. Yeah, it is. It's absolutely covered in maggots already. 2, 3, 4. Now I want to get the water droplets on the lower part of the fruiting body because they look beautiful. And we're going to do one more. That should probably do it. Just more. Let's do one more for luck. There we go. Done. I'm going to take one final image. I'm going to alter the aperture. I'm at 3.5 at the moment. Let's just go to, oh, I don't know, try 6.3. That'll be a much darker image. The background's going to be much, much darker, but I might be able to overlay one from the other and highlight the fruiting body, so the background nice and dark, painting a little bit of this beautiful moss. Have a fiddle around on Photoshop and we'll see what it looks like. So I think I'm done.